Okay, so today we're going to harvest the comfrey, and it's pretty much ready to harvest. As you can see, what I like to do is I like to leave the blossoms for the bees because the bees really dig it. So I'm going to wait to get the tops off these, and we're going to go over here. And you can see that these are they're more mature. They get more sun, and they're happier here. They're probably 20-year-old establishment. They're I think they're the Russian variety or the European, I'm just not sure, but they're not a Balkan variety. So down here is where you start, and you just start getting these leaves like this. And I'll leave the tops, I'll leave these flowers up here for the bees because they love it. And it's not honeybees coming here, it's bumblebees and native bees. And if you take a look, you can see right here, here's one. It's a bumblebee. See, and there's another native, like honey type bee. And there's so many varieties of them. And I don't put the energy on them, and they don't bother me. If I swing at them and go, oh God, bees, 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 it would be a problem. But it's not a problem for me because I just don't give them that energy. I don't give them that frequency, and they don't jive back at me. I'm not bugging them. I'm not messing up their flow, you know? So this is a long harvest because I have so much comfrey. And it's one leaf at a time, you know, because you don't want to destroy the plants because of the flowers on top. The roots probably go down 10, 15 feet. It's a nice pile of material right there. So all of this, I don't need comfrey for my beds this year because I amended so well this spring with other things that I don't have to use comfrey this year. So I'm not going to use this comfrey for my garden. I'm going to use this for a biodynamic accumulator mix. And I'll dry it out and pulverize it. And it'll be part of a biodynamic accumulator mix. A seasonal blend, you know. Depending on what I can gather, what I can get. And at this time of the year, it's going to be comfrey and mullein. So that's what I'll do, is I'll go around for, it's going to be, man, some hours. Probably 3-4 hours of all these comfrey plants. I mean, look at this one. It's huge. You know, these are well established. And sometimes I can get more than one leaf, but it's all valuable stuff, you know. Even the stuff you drop, you're like, oh man, I better grab that, because I can get a big pile, you know. I'll lay it out here in the shade so it doesn't get sun bleached. Spread it out and let it dry. And in about 14 days or so, I can come along and pick up the dry leaves and go put it on a tarp somewhere and smash it, run it over with a truck or something, you know. But you can see these leaves down here, how big they get. And there's really no worry about depleting your mineral bank underneath the soil with comfrey, especially in this region right here, because this is all sand and it's already partially mineralized. So these roots are going to continually seek out this partially mineralized sand and continue to draw off it and bring it up, no matter how much of this foliage you take away. But we just don't want to kill the plant, you know. We want to leave enough of its life cycle that it continues to feed the bees and continues to get bigger. And just, I could fill it, I'm gonna go around here and probably fill a truck bed full of this stuff. Of course, when it dries, it won't be a truck bed full. And I'll do this when these leaves down at the bottom start turning yellow. That's kind of when you've waited too long. So we want to get them while they're nice and green. Sometimes I'll grab a top, it'll break and it'll get in the pile, and I'll go put it on a bed somewhere and the top will root. And I'll have comfrey growing in my garden space, and I let them grow. And I'll bring them to other places, you know, when they get in the way, because they all do this. They all just blow up and they'll take over your garden bed space. They're manageable if you harvest the leaf, but you have to harvest the leaf. If you don't harvest the leaf, they get out of control. I smell horse shit. Oh, that's right, I'm stepping in horse shit. That's bitchin'.
The screen keeps
So
turning
this
off.
and horse shit is really like the best soil builders in this area.